Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing well. There's an antagonist here who says, well, if we make it until Wednesday, then whatever. They did some magic, and they're hoping that they're still alive by Wednesday. And that it will have taken effect. So I'd like to do a read on that, whatever that is. Let's do a read on that. Are they going to be alive by Wednesday? Are they going to be alive by Wednesday? Are they going to make it till Wednesday? Are they going to make it till Wednesday? Well, we've got an Ace of Cups here and a Nine of Pentacles. New love and a successful home thing. Fulfillment. So I'm going to read that as you. So I'm going to read that by Wednesday, you're going to be just fine with your Ace of Cups and your Nine of Pentacles. Challenged by Five of Cups, a disappointment, sadness, and regret, a failure. So they're going to fail moving against you by Wednesday. In the subconscious, the Hermit, shining a light on things. In the recent past, Nine of Cups, you've come to your accomplishment, your wealth, and you got people trying to convince you that you're worthless. Because that's how they feel. They want to remind you how insignificant you are. Justice is here. Intentions and expectations. Four of Pentacles. They're greedy. They want to control your foundation. They want to fight for it. It's your freaking Ace of Cups. It's your Nine of Pentacles. It's your Nine of Cups. And somebody wants to come in and effing beat you up, knock you down, and make you feel like a failure because that's how they feel. And they're gathering people in the community to try to support that. Like in my weekend, I had everybody wanting to trauma dump on me. I'm sitting there trying to be patient and listen to it all, but it's like, why are you using me as your toilet? You know? And that's because these ones, I feel, who are feeling so bad, kind of manipulated the mental body of the group to kind of behave in that fashion. We've got a Four of Wands here, a celebration coming home, and a Knight of Swords here who's impatient, wanting to be a hero regarding the celebration and coming home. So they want to fight. They want to fight. They want to fight. They want to make you feel like shit because that's how they feel. Battle worn. It's time for you to heal. And maybe they feel it's time for them to heal too, but they're the ones that have been causing all the damage. They don't have to heal from anything except the need for your finances. Six of Swords, transitioning, moving on, moving away. Better days coming. Intentions and expectations. Eight of Swords, feeling trapped, victimized, hopeless. And the outcome. Ten of Swords reversed. Overcoming defeat. Escape ruin, surviving. We're going to have to go ahead and clarify this. Three of Wands, opportunity for success. Queen of Wands, all fired up here. So Somebody's escaping ruin. They survived. So whatever they did, maybe by Wednesday they're going to survive, but who knows what the cost was and who paid the price. Certainly not them. So what's going on with this person who says, well, these people who are talking, well, if we survive by Wednesday, if we make it till Wednesday, what's that all about? If we make it till Wednesday, what's going to happen by Wednesday with these ones? And you, guilty. You're dealing with somebody who's guilty. They're feeling the pain from the damage they've caused. And they're trying to stick it on you. They're suffering. So they're really trying to stick their pain and suffering, their guilt, on you. I'm still struggling to find the right path. They want to steal your destiny. They're trying to steal your destiny. Contemplation, soul searching. They used the group that perhaps you were associating with this weekend to try to break down your mind and break your heart, and to lower your vibration by trauma dumping on you. Like, all these people kept coming up and trauma dumping on me all weekend, and I'm like, what's this about? And that's what it's about. They were trying to lower my vibration, sadden my mind and my heart, not only with their own trauma stories, but then with being disrespected simply for offering assistance, you know? My phone number. It's like, why do I want that, right? So there's a search for the truth here. Chaser. Somebody doesn't want to chase anymore. They just want your money. They just want your Ace of Cups. They want your Nine of Pentacles. They want your Nine of Cups. Because in the recent past, we've got separation. They're greedy. They're hoarding. They're a hoarder. They want your control of your finances and your stuff, and they're being very aggressive about it. They're using not only the subliminals and the psychic world, but they're using people that they can get in and possess minds and spit words out of their mouth. You never gave up hope on your family here. You still haven't given up hope. There's a celebration, a coming home right here. It's right here in the future. But you got these ones wanting to come in and play hero. They want to swap destinies with you. They want you to feel the damage they've caused. Inseparable are separable. They want to separate you from your union by Wednesday. So they're effing with your mind really bad. You're battle worn. It's time to heal. It's like, man, you just keep coming at it, you know? Escape. They want to escape. You're going to escape. You're moving on from this trauma. You're moving on from this trauma. They're hoping they're going to move on from this trauma. They want your destiny. Neglect. They don't want to be neglected. You won't be neglected. Somebody's feeling trapped and victimized. Soul tie. Somebody's feeling trapped and victimized by your soul tie. You've overcome defeat. They're feeling trapped and victimized by your soul tie. They want to come in and separate you two. They're in regret because you're surviving. Because you survive. You've overcome and you have survived and escaped ruin, and they're in regret. They wish it had never happened. The truth is revealed. about this third party and what they do to gain soul contracts. They're confused about your reunion. There's unfinished business here. You have a complete understanding of what this is. They want to run away from the shadow side. They're being held back from self-love or from your self-love. And the one that you are in a union with, it finds you irreplaceable, wants to have a conversation. These ones aren't going to have any luck stealing your destined path. The people that they choose to attack you with, fortunately, are fairly, you know, insignificant. And I say that because anytime somebody decides to use you as a toilet for hours on end, that's an insignificant connection. It has no freaking value. And any opinions or words that come out that are hurtful from this person using you as a toilet has no value. So don't let it break your heart. Just because you hear the adversary coming out of the mouths of the people. Because it's a parasite. And it will use those whose minds they have access to hurt you. It will use those minds to say the exact words that they're saying in the ethers out loud. Don't take it personally. They're a host for a parasite that's trying to break you down because you've got your Ace of Cups, your Nine of Pentacles, and your Nine of Cups. And they're all super disappointed and they want to control this foundation. And the only way they can do that is to knock you out and make you feel the pain. Make you feel the guilt. Make you feel the damage. It's a trauma bond. They're attempting to trauma bond by having the people that you were spending time with this weekend attack you in your soft spots and make you feel insignificant, even though you have offered all of your time and your attention and your heart and you've sat patiently listening to their dump, their trauma dump. They want you to feel the pain of it. That's exactly what happened. You listened to people trauma dump on you all freaking weekend. Their sadness, their regret, their remorse, their hurt. And what's happening is somebody in the ethers and the unseen wants to try to steal your destiny. You have a light shining on this. You know what's happening here. They're chasing after you. Using your environment and whatever tools they have at their availability to do so. Red flag. They're ignoring all the red flags. Trying to come after your destiny. They're ignoring all the red flags. So if somebody hurt your feelings this weekend and you were letting it get to you, say you were pondering it and you were really letting it get to you because you heard it on the inside and then you're hearing it on the outside and it's like, oh, holy F word, what's happening? Okay, well, that's what's happening. It's those inner little hidden slime balls who don't have the balls to face you face to face. They got to do everything hidden with witchery and mindfuckery. Okay, to try to steal your happiness away and trauma bond you to people so that they can then have your destiny. So the thing about this is that whoever you were hanging around with this weekend, they're not your people. These are people that are being used to try to cause you trauma bonds. Stay in your effing lane. destiny thief. We'll find out what happens by Wednesday. 9 of Cups here. You've got an accomplish. And you've got space and time to think about it. Billionaire. Your self-care has made you a billionaire. You're freaking wealthy. In love, you're a high-value person. And when you're around, you don't have to do anything except sit and listen, and people get mad. Triggered. Who do you think you are? I'm the healer here. So freaking weird. Like your gifts and everything have zero value, zero worth, and they want to make it sound, the way that they speak about it is so atrocious, so disrespectful. And then they have the audacity to hug you. They want to control the situation. They want to fight. They don't want you to be happy. They want you trauma bonded to guilt. They want you trauma bonded to these greedy hoarders that just want to fight and be in chaos all the time. Jealous. There's not a jealous bone in your body. This is what you're about. But you got these other people that are just all over you because your self-care made you a billionaire. And all you really want is a freaking family that loves you. And instead, you got these jealous, greedy mother humpers just coming out here, getting all up in your space. It's like, what about me? What about me? You got to take care of me. I need mine. You got to give me my portion of your self-love. You got to give it to me and trauma bond and carry my burden so that I can have your love. Carry my guilt. Carry my shame. And it's like, stay in your lane. No. They're trying to separate you from your Four of Wands union. And they're trying to trauma bond you and get you mad, get you sad, break your heart, lower your vibration, get you in a depressed state. Nobody loves me. People are disrespectful. You know, after 2 days of listening to people trauma dump, you probably gathered quite a bit of trauma energy. And you might be feeling pretty bad, you know, inwardly. You got this person trying to play hero here, trying to separate you two. Well, if we make it through Wednesday, we'll have our narcissistic shadow demon satisfied. Yay! So you're battle worn, and it's time for you to heal. There's escape here. I left when things got hard. You're escaping. They want to escape. It's time for you to heal. What's going on with this? Who's escaping? Just know that that's how they do it. Okay, they plant the subliminals first. They'll give you dreams. They'll start sending messages, word messages through the mind, the mental body, you know, of self-value, self-worth, or whatever. And then they will, once they get that seed planted in there, they'll start they're seeding it into others as well. And then they'll bring you together and they'll have it confirmed or affirmed by it being vocally spoken by somebody in the vicinity. Now, this is major shadow demon narcissistic mindfuckery is what it is. There's nothing special about it. It's simply a trauma bond to try to get you attached to the guilt and the trauma of others and get you to carry that load so that you lower your vibration and your love vibe, and they can trap you and separate you from this. They want to escape, but they're not going to be able to use you as a snack. So you're escaping. You're battle worn. It's time for you to heal. You're going to escape. They cannot use you as a snack. They can't use you as a narcissistic demon shadow dweller snack. They can't do it. You're not a snack. You're healing. You're moving on from this trauma. There's better days coming. And you're not being neglected here. That's the thing, see? You're in a soul tie. And they're feeling trapped because of it. Or maybe they're feeling trapped by whatever soul tie they're in. You're not being neglected here. You're not alone in this. Others are aware of what's happening. Land back. Land back. You're not being neglected. You're going to get your land back. You're getting your land back. You're moving on from the trauma. You're not being neglected. You're getting your land back. These ones are feeling trapped and victimized because you're in a soul tie. They can't trap you in a trauma bond. You're in a soul tie. They're a big black hole, big black square. They don't have anything to offer at all. They don't, what is this? Let's just verify. Let's reaffirm what this is. Apparently you are only down for doing the bare minimum during an incredibly significant time to stand up. So these ones are feeling trapped regarding your soul tie. They're only committed to doing the bare minimum. And the bare minimum is to cause somebody else a trauma bond so that they can extract the happiness out. That's it. And they don't have to be present to do that because this shadow demon can just come right in and suck up your love while leaving you in a trauma. So there's Ten of Swords reversed. There's surviving, escaping ruin, and regret. So let's see what that's about. They want to escape ruin. They're in regret because you escaped it. Starseed. They're not a starseed. They're not a starseed. Mistrust. They're not a starseed. You overcame ruin. And they're in regret because they're not a starseed. They're a troll. And everybody knows about it because it's an influencer is talking about it. Broadcasting it. So what's going to happen by Wednesday? Wednesday. What's happening by Wednesday? If we make it by Wednesday, well, they want to trauma bond you. So the best thing you can do is to forget about the bullshit. Let it go. Stay in your own damn lane. Don't carry their crap. And don't worry about people's opinions of you or the programming that's coming out of their mouth, because obviously they're not all balanced and they're not all aware. They're just spitting out whatever they hear, and it's like bullshit. It's regurgitated shadow demon shit trying to pull you down and trauma bond with you. by making you feel guilty, by making you feel the damage that they caused. And you have to remember the people who speak. Are these anybody that you even see frequently? Do you know them? Do they want to know you? Are they always an ass every time they see you? Yeah. I would suggest staying away. Why go there to be used as a toilet? Why have these connections if it means so little to the people that you're with? You go there with an Ace of Cups, a freaking Nine of Pentacles. You're bringing all your Nine of Cups, your Nine of Pentacles, your Ace of Cups, and you're like, hello, I'm here. And they're like, oh, I'm so this, I'm so this. Oh, this happened to me. And oh my God, you should have just, and oh, and it's like, bleh, 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 bleh. For 2 days. That's what my experience was. I imagine many of you had that experience as well. That's what usually happens on holidays. Alrighty then, so you got your Ace of Cups, you've got your Nine of Pentacles, and you got somebody here trying to lay their guilt and their pain on you for a trauma bond. They're using the puppets, known as people, around you that have suffered to lay this trauma on you in the name of friendship. I knew you'd understand. That's why it was so easy to do it. Yeah. Success. So whatever this friend is, this friend that's trying to lay their pain on you, this friend who's guilty of trying to lay their pain on you for a trauma bond is unsuccessful. They don't know that there's no greater goal than to love. Their only thing that they do is to come forth and spew their crap. Spew their crap. They don't want to reciprocate your love, your patience, your kindness, your open ear, your willingness to hug, to take the time to help them process. No, they don't know that there's no greater goal than to love. If they did, they wouldn't be hurting you like that by dumping their trauma onto you and forcing you to carry it for them, calling you their friend, and how easy it was to do because they knew that you would understand. It's not your responsibility to carry other people's trauma. They're disappointed here, okay? They're sad. Somebody's in deep regret because you've got this Ace of Cups and this Nine of Pentacles. They're in deep regret and they're sending people after you. They're ignoring all the red flags and they're still going after your destiny by using your friends to trauma bond with you. Those who don't know that there's no greater goal than to love. They're not successful with the trauma bond. You got to release it. Tell them to stay in their own damn lane. You're not carrying anybody else's bullshit. You're not going to process anybody else's bullshit. That was previous cycle. We're not doing that this cycle. See, they're not in service to anybody. They don't care about anybody except themselves. And that's why it's so easy to spew their trauma and their drama onto you. They're guilty. That's how they use their friends, is that they use their friends like a toilet. They don't know that there's no greater goal than to love. They're not successful with this trauma bond because you're going to walk away. You're like, hey, this isn't an equal, this is not doing me any good. You're not providing me a service. I'm sitting here being used as a verbal toilet for you, an emotional toilet, and I'm not going to do this. There won't be any trauma bonding. So you're shining a light on this. You've got the meditation, you know what's going on. People are chasing after your destiny. You're telling them to stay in your own lane, and you're going to stay in love throughout the adversity. Patience, everything happens in divine order. You know that. It's frustrating. You know, being patient oftentimes is, you know, sitting with it, sitting with the pain of it, sitting with it, and then processing it, and then releasing it. It requires time, and it's very uncomfortable. It's extremely uncomfortable and absolutely necessary. Otherwise, this shit will stick to you. You're in your purpose here. You're in your purpose, and they're chasing after your destiny. Your self-care made you a billionaire. You're a high-value being. You know how to love. And people know how to dump their trauma onto you because you are a being of love. They recognize it. And they're like, oh, I know you'll understand. Let me go dump my trauma on you. Oh, I know you'll understand. Let me dump my trauma on you. And then you got these others who want to be the healer, right? And then when people are going and they're dumping their stuff on you, they get pissed off because they're the ones who want the attention. And they're not getting it, and they're mad. So they want to fight with you. And they're under the influence of these others who want to steal your destiny. It's all a big family or something, I don't know. They're greedy, they want to control you, and they want to fight with you. They don't want your 9 of Cups and your 9 of Pentacles and your Ace of Cups and your billionaire self-care status to shine so freaking brightly. It pisses people off. They want to come up and hit you in the head with a club. They want to make you feel like shit. It's natural for them. Oh, there's a happy person. Let me go dump my trauma there. They'll understand. Prideful people. Prideful people. Wanting to take advantage of your discipline, of your ability to turn pain into gain. But they don't want to turn their pain into gain. They just want to release it into you. And you got to turn around and turn that shit into $1 billion. And when you're walking around like a billionaire, then they're mad. They're like, you bitch, how did you get to be a millionaire? And it's like, well, you dumped all that shit on me, man. I had to turn it into love. It felt shitty. I had to turn it into love. And they're like, oh, you bitch. And they're so mad. They're so mad. And you're not jealous of nobody. You're just out here loving, you know, hoping for love. And all you're getting is this greedy, backbiting, I want to hit you in the head stuff. From prideful people who want to be recognized as a greater authority or a greater love or a greater this or a greater that than you. You got to keep your space away from these people. Stay away from them. They're not worth your effort or your time, and you don't deserve another cycle of transmuting other people's trauma. You just don't. Patience. Patience. Everything happens in divine order, and there won't be any adversity here. They're bringing you this greedy competition, argument kind of crap. But just know that everything happens in divine order, and there won't be any adversity for you. You're not giving up hope. You're not a jealous person. You're not after anybody else's status or sense of person. You're not out here trying to make people feel less than so that you can feel more important. You're not out here trying to crush people because you have a misperception about their thought of self. It's weird, man. Humor. You gotta laugh at it. You gotta laugh at it. You gotta realize that these people are walking around carrying this trauma, and they're thinking that they're doing the world some good by whatever it is that they're doing. I don't know, but they're spreading trauma and trauma bonds. That's kind of, maybe that's what it was. That's what it was. One of the gals really likes trauma bonding with folks. And when I came in and sat down and started listening to folks talk, it took away that opportunity. No wonder they were so pissed off when it hit me over the head. They didn't get their fix for their trauma bonding. Huh. You gotta laugh it off. Some people dig it, you know. I don't particularly dig it. You gotta laugh it off. You got your Four of Wands here. Your celebration, your marriage, your coming home. You've got this knight here of swords that's trying to play hero. He wants to separate you from your inseparable love. And they're a narcissist demon shadow dweller, or whatever you want to call it. Shadow demon. However you want to see it. In the book it says they're a demon. So we'll just call him a shadow demon. A narcissistic shadow demon hero trying to come forward and separate you from your Four of Wands. You got to look at it from the lighter side of life. You just really do. Because the methods are all the same. It's the same. First, it's the seeds here. It's the seeds within the collective field. And then it's the supporting evidence. You know, people speaking the same verbiage, or Jezebel's coming in and tempting with the, whatever, the dream, you know, the my husband cheated on me dream. Yeah, and then here comes Jezebel. Yeah, it's all a manipulation. It's all orchestrated adversity. And right now, they're trying to trauma bond with somebody, and they're being unsuccessful with destiny swapping with them. Because their ability to self-love and self-care has made them a billionaire. They don't need a trauma bond. They don't need to be connected to anybody. You know, release that. It's not yours. Laugh at it. It's like, why? What the? Ew. Somebody's jealous because people chose to trauma bond with me rather than them over the weekend. That's weird, man. That's weird. Maybe it happened to you too. I mean, I'd like to hear your stories. Many of us have lots of good stories over the extended holidays. So, come on now. You're battle worn and it's time to heal. You're escaping. You're escaping. You're not a snack. And whoever this narcissist shadow dweller is, they're losing their freedom. They're losing their freedom. You're moving on. You're transitioning. Better days are coming. You are not being neglected. You're getting your land back. Everything that is yours, you're getting back. Everything that is yours, you're getting back. They simply can't take it. You're getting your Ace of Cups, your Nine of Pentacles, your Nine of Cups. Over here, you've got your land back. In the near future, you've got your marriage and you're coming home. Smile. Okay? Look at the lighter side. You got to let it go. Don't let it hurt your heart. Don't let it hurt your heart. Take that chain off. Don't wear it. It's not yours. Your self-care turned you into a billionaire. You're an expert. Do the job as you know it needs to be done. Do it. You're not going to waller in the trauma that these ones have been wallowing in and then dumped on you. You're not just going to sit there and hold on to it and waller in it. You're going to recognize that this is what's happening, and you're going to be like, holy crap, I'm not going to waller in that. And you're going to cut the chains, and you're just going to release it, and you're like, I'm not going back because I know you want a trauma bond with me, and that's not the type of relationship that I wish to have in my new cycle. So that just, it could be that this last weekend was just clarification that there are certain people in your field of knowing that you cannot be with in this new cycle. You simply can't. Because you're not the same. And you want better for yourself this time. People are in doubt. Or I release the need to know all the answers. So even if you have doubt, you release the need to know all the answers. You don't need to know it all. You just know that you're not being neglected. You're supported here. Somebody is feeling trapped and victimized by your soul tie. They haven't produced anything. They haven't offered anything. They haven't produced anything. They're just this black hole. And they're sucking stuff up. And they're just like not offering any kind of goodness at all. Feeling trapped by your soul tie. Coming home. Coming home. Coming home. That's that trauma bonding. Anytime anybody wants to come up and tell you their sad story or their hellacious, circumstances, with the law or whatever, and how chaotic and traumatizing it was, don't take it on. In fact, I would recommend not to listen. I've learned my lesson now. I mean, I had to walk away from this person. It got so bad, and then it was terrible. I literally had to get up and just leave. Like, boom, I'm done here now. And so anyway, for myself, I'm not going back. I'm not interested in trauma bonds. I want bonds of love. I want bonds with people who are billionaires because they know how to take care of themselves. I want bonds with those who are on par with me, who are on the same level. I don't want your trauma. These ones are all out of courage. They're a black hole, a black square, whatever, and they don't have any courage. They're feeling trapped by your soul tie, or they're feeling trapped in a soul tie with a black hole, with a black square. And narcissist, yeah, they're trapped in a soul tie with that black square, with that narcissist shadow demon. And they're trying desperately to get you separated from your Four of Wands. They need your essence. They need you in a trauma bond. They need to bind you to their shadow demon. They have a soul tie and they need to fulfill it. But you escape ruin. You're surviving this, and they're in regret because they're not a starseed, or they don't get a starseed. They can't trap a starseed. They have to accept the things that they cannot change. And they're all hating you. Oh, you think you're special, starseed. No, it's just that you are what you are. And people are really pissed off that they're not what you are because they don't like what they are. Or they feel insufficient somehow being what they are in your presence. It's like they get mad. They think that you think you're better, and it's like, no, it's different. It's just two different things, but it's the same, working toward lifting, uplifting everything. What is this? They get mad at you because they see you, they feel inferior or insufficient, and then they say that that's the way you think. And it's like, no, it's not. Your perception about the way I must feel and think about myself is completely wrong. And that's what a lot of these people are when they come in trauma bond. They want to blame you for perceiving yourself a certain way because that's how they perceive you. And it's a lie. And so they're trying to cause trauma for you. And then they want to be mean to you because they think that their idea about the way you feel about yourself is the truth. So then they want to punish you for it. All while you're sitting there listening to other people unload their horrendous traumas throughout the previous months in a loving manner, trying to care about them in the way that you care about yourself, richly. And somebody takes offense to that and thinks that you think you're better than. It's like, wow, man, that's so weird. They're under judgment here. They're under judgment because you live life with gratitude and you're very disciplined in love. And you got these people feeling inferior around you, and then they perceive you thinking you're better, but you're not. They're just feeling inferior. And so because they perceive that you're thinking you're better, they want to come up and attack you. And they want to minimize you. And they want to say you're nothing. And that you don't matter. You're just a snack. But you're not just a snack. They're going to lose their freedom. There's not a jealous bone in your body, but you got everybody coming at you, jumping trauma on you because of what's happening in their life, and then they're dumping trauma on you because of the way they perceive you must think about yourself, and then they want to punish you for it. They're not beings of service. The only one they're serving is their own ego, their own pride. Put space between yourself and those people who don't value your billionaire self-care status. You've got 9 cups, 9 pentacles, and an ace of cups, and they're sitting there so pissed because they recognize your value, and they think you think you're better than them because they see your value, and they think you're better. And it's like, no, man, do you realize how hard I've had to work for this? I don't think I'm better. I know what it costs. I don't think I'm better, man. Love is love, and I love me, and I'm not going to go walking around with pride thinking I'm better than others. That's not love. That's not self-love. Pride isn't self-love. But they're looking at you with a prideful eyes and a prideful mind, accusing you of thinking like they do. Using friendship as an excuse to traumatize you. You triumph over this nightmare. Your friends wanted you to feel the pain from their guilt. They're unsuccessful at creating a trauma bond. You triumph over the nightmare. Through self-love. It's the ticket. No matter what trauma they try to lay on you, it doesn't belong to you. None of it belongs to you. The only thing that belongs to you is this. And this. And this. You don't have to say anything or do anything. All you have to do is be present. People recognize the love coming off of you. You're just oozing it. And they're stuck here in this. And they hate you. They're like, look at her. She thinks she's so good. Look at her, all that love. She thinks she's better. She thinks everybody's weak. You know, I mean, they get really angry because they see your self-love and they think that you think you're better than everybody. It's the weirdest thing. So they want to knock you down. They want to make you hate yourself. They want to make you suffer. They're disappointed. They're in sadness and regret. They ignored the red flags. They were trying to steal your destiny. They're not beings of service. They don't feel good when they can help others. They don't want to help others. They want to bring others down. They want to traumatize others. They want to make people feel less than so that they can feel better. How dare you love yourself so much and just walk around like you're the best thing in the world? Well, because I am. I am the best thing in the world that's ever happened to me. And of course, I'm going to think that. I don't care how anybody else thinks that. I don't invite them into my world anymore. Why would I? Why would I invite somebody into my world that wants me to feel less than just perfectly happy? It's stupid. Your vow to loving yourself makes them sick. It makes them sick. They can't stand that you're treating the divine in you like a queen or a king. They can't stand it. How dare you treat the divine in you so freaking special? What makes you think you're so special? So you've got the Hermit here shining a light on this. You get an inner guidance. They're chasing after your purpose. They want your destiny. And you're like, stay in your lane. Stay in your freaking lane, okay? Just stay in your lane. I'm not taking on your crap. I'm not taking on your low vibrational crap. I'm just not going to do it. Putting space between yourself, your billionaire self-care status. Putting space between yourself and those who are prideful and want to traumatize you and knock that self-love right out of you. It's like, okay, well, I can't be around you then. I want to share my love with you, but you want to hurt me for it. They're used to trauma bonding. They're not used to bonding through love. Most folks in this realm are accustomed to trauma bonding because they don't love themselves. They find other people that they can trauma bond with and then have a union with, but it's usually never successful because nobody's ever stopped to recognize the value of the divine in them or to have an appreciation for it or to honor it and respect it. You know, people talk about love, honor, and respect, but they don't give it to self. Instead, they're looking to give it to everybody else, and then they want to get a pat on the back and be told how great they are, you know? It's pride. It's weird. And love just sits there and listens, you know? And they can see it. They can feel it. And those who are in pride, looking to make a name, looking to trauma bond with folks and be this great, you know, guru or whatever, they're pissed about it. They don't want you to be loving on people. They want to trauma bond with people. They want to tell them how to fix it. What does self-care do? Self-care says, oh, that's terrible, you know? How about, you know, then, I don't know. whatever, third wheel enemy, death. Third wheel enemy, death. This doesn't necessarily have to be intimate. This can just be anybody trying to interject their trauma into your circumstance. Any third wheel enemy trying to interject some foul, traumatic crap into your pockets of self-love. Death to that. Death to these prideful third wheel enemies who want to come in and dictate to you how you should feel about yourself because they don't like you feeling special. And the funny thing about it is nobody out there is going to make you feel as special as you can make yourself feel. And by golly, you deserve it. You deserve divine, sweet love. Pure, innocent, you know, solid, not this nasty, perverse crap. I'm talking about gentle kindness and grace. You deserve it. And nobody's going to give it to you but you. And they're so mad when you do. It makes them so angry. The curse backfires. That's what's going to happen by Wednesday. The curse is going to backfire. Everything happens in divine order. There won't be any adversity. The curse is going to backfire. You never gave up hope for this. There's not a jealous bone in your body. You just want to love people and help people feel better in a gracious way. You focus on the lighter side of life. You don't get sucked into these traumatic things. You're like, let's lift it, right? Family, idea. Your family has an idea, a bright idea. Your family has a great mind. Your family will have a great mind, a great, big, bright mind. You're going to have a wonderful family, a beautiful light. Look at all that light in that mind. Look at all that light. Halos, halo around the family, halo around in each individual. These people are going to be filled with so much light. Ooh. That's the truth. And this Knight of Swords wants to come in and play hero and try to separate you from that, to get you bounded to this narcissistic shadow demon. And that's what this trauma bond is all about. They want to do that, but you're not holding on to this. You're not going to hold on to this curse. It's going to backfire. You're going to relax. You're going to stay in your own lane. It's like, wow, man, she has that going on. Whoo, I'm glad this is my lane. Whoo, stay right in my lane. And all this other stuff and opinions and, you know, mimicry of invisible antagonists. Even if they're on the same team, then fine. Then maybe we have an in. Maybe we've just discovered an access point other than mine. So, your battle worn. It's time to heal. There's an escape. You're not a snack. You escape being a snack. This narcissistic shadow is losing their freedom. Gift. You're the gift. You're the gift. And you're leaving. You're making plans for the future. You are not neglected here. You're getting your land back. And you may not know all the answers, but you don't need to know all the answers. When you got these folks running around. Yeah, dominators are here. The dominators are going to have a natural disaster. Doubt. They're having doubt. They're having doubt. So you're not being neglected. You're getting your land back. These dominators are having doubt and suffering natural disasters. They're feeling trapped regarding your soul tie, the one that you're connected to. This black hole doesn't have any courage. They owe this shadow. They got trouble, man. They got trouble is what they got. They got a soul tie with this black square. They're feeling trapped because they have a soul tie with the black square and they don't have any courage. They have a soul tie with this person. They're supposed to feed it light beings. And that's why they need to get people into a trauma bond, into a nightmare. They use friends to do it, to lower your sense of self, to lower your self-worth, your self-value. If they can use people around you to make you feel less about yourself, then you get your feelings hurt. And you're like, why would they ever say that to me? When all I've been is good, you know, and kind and tried to help, you know. And then it's like, oh, because they're saying the same exact things. They're puppets. And that's when you recognize, you know, once you've lived through a couple decades of this kind of crap, you kind of start to recognize that, you know, oftentimes the things that are coming out of people's mouths are the same things you're hearing. And it's like, wow, this is so freaking gross is what it is. Loneliness here. So, yeah, they're feeling trapped. They're feeling victimized by this soul tie to this black square. They don't have any courage. There's loneliness here. Ten of Swords reversed. They're going to need to survive. You've escaped ruin. Your family escapes ruin. These ones are in regret. They're not starseeds. They couldn't trap a starseed. They have to accept the things they can't change. Ritual. Their rituals. Castaway. Rituals. Homeless. They're going to be homeless. They couldn't trap a starseed. They're going to be homeless. They couldn't trap somebody who is a billionaire, self-care, self-love person. Bully. They bullied you. They bullied you. Somebody who cares. A blessing. You care. You're a blessing. You go in and you care and you love yourself and you try to love others. And what do? They bully you. They lay their trauma on you. You've got a promise here. This conflict is going to be rejected, withdrawn. That's going to be stopped. Whatever rituals they did, it got them cast away. You overcame a Ten of Swords. You overcame a Ten of Swords. They're in a nightmare. You overcame a Ten of Swords through self-love and self-care and by staying in your own lane. Staying in your own lane in your billionaire status. Staying in your own lane in your billionaire status gives you the win. It gives you the win and it causes this adversity to backfire. So just remember that, you know, it's really, really important to manage your emotions. Don't be managed by them. Especially if people around you are utilizing similar verbiage to your antagonizers unseen, then you know that it's just a manipulation. It's just coming from a different source, right? But it's the same entity speaking. It's just using a puppet. So don't take it personally. Don't take it to heart. I know that it does hurt. Especially if you've spent many hours with people trauma dumping onto you while you sat there lovingly trying to freaking process it for them. Okay, so let's see here. Well, I want to pull some more cards here because we kind of got an open end here. We've got you escape ruin. You managed to get out of that Ten of Swords burden. These ones are in regret. They couldn't trap a starseed. They have to accept the things they cannot change. They're being cast away because of the rituals that they were doing against you. I don't think we need to pull any more cards on that. So anyway, I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.